Welcome to Betrayal Stories. In today's video, we're diving deep into something most people never truly understand: the invisible power of presence. Because sometimes, it's not the words you say that move someone. It's not what you buy them, not how you look, not what you post online. It's the energy you bring when you walk into a room, that quiet confidence, that sense of safety that makes people feel like they can finally breathe. When you master that kind of presence, everything changes. Your relationships, your influence, even how the world responds to you. By the end of this video, I want you to feel like the person who no longer chases approval, who no longer tries to impress, but naturally draws people in, because presence speaks louder than words. So take a deep breath. Let's begin. Every person carries a certain energy, a rhythm that others can feel before a single word is spoken. It's why some people instantly command attention, while others fade into the background. But this isn't about dominance or arrogance. It's about alignment. Your mind, body, and emotions moving in harmony. Presence is when your energy quietly says, "I'm here fully. I see you. I'm not distracted. I'm not performing." Think about it. How often do you talk to someone who's physically there, but mentally somewhere else? You can feel when someone's not listening, when they're just waiting for their turn to speak. But when someone really listens, when their attention is steady, their energy calm, something in you relaxes. You feel seen, you feel safe. That's the magic of presence. It's not something you do, it's something you become. Real confidence isn't loud. It's calm, it's steady. It's the kind that doesn't demand attention, it earns it. When your energy is calm, people mirror that calmness. Our nervous systems naturally sync with those around us. If you're anxious, others feel tense. But if you're grounded, they feel safe. That's why the most magnetic people aren't the ones who do the most. They're the ones who are most at ease with themselves. They don't rush. They don't need validation. Their silence carries more power than most people's words. And in every relationship, romantic, professional, social, that calm energy becomes magnetic. Because in a world full of chaos, stability feels like attraction. Human connection isn't built through words. It's built through emotion. Before the logical mind even processes what's happening, the subconscious asks one question: do I feel safe around this person? If the answer is yes, trust begins. If the answer is no, the mind shuts down, no matter how charming or attractive someone might seem. That's why connection doesn't start with what you say. It starts with what you make someone feel. Maybe you've met someone who said all the right things, but something about them felt off. And maybe you've met someone who barely spoke, yet you felt completely comfortable around them. That's the power of emotional safety. Your presence, your tone, your rhythm, all of it communicates long before your words do. Emotional control doesn't mean you never feel anything. It means you're aware of what you feel and you choose your response. When you can stay centered while others lose control, people naturally look to you for stability. Imagine two people arguing. One is shouting, trying to dominate. The other stays calm, grounded, present. Who do you trust more? The calm one, because calmness signals confidence. It says, I don't need to fight to prove my strength. That kind of control is rare, and that's why it's powerful. When you regulate your emotions, you regulate the energy of the entire interaction. We humans are wired to mirror each other. If you smile, others often smile back. If you're tense, they tense up too. Your energy teaches others how to feel around you. Before you walk into a room, pause and ask yourself, what energy am I bringing? Am I anxious or am I open? Am I defensive or am I grounded? Because the truth is, people can feel your state before you say a word. You don't have to control others, just your own energy. And when you do that, the atmosphere around you changes automatically. Safety is the foundation of attraction. Not safety as in playing small, but emotional safety. The kind of peace that says, you can be yourself here. When someone feels emotionally safe with you, their guard comes down. They start to open up, to trust, to connect on a deeper level. And that's when the bond becomes real. Because no matter how thrilling chemistry might feel at first, it's emotional safety that makes it last. Real confidence isn't about force, it's about peace. It's the quiet strength that tells the world, you're safe in my presence. Listening is one of the most powerful forms of presence. Most people listen to reply, few listen to understand. But when you truly listen, you give someone something priceless: validation. You make them feel heard, and that feeling is unforgettable. Listening with presence means you're not waiting to talk. You're genuinely absorbing what's being said. You're hearing not just the words, but the emotion behind them. Because people don't remember what you said. They remember how they felt when they were around you. Over 70% of communication is nonverbal. Your tone, your posture, your eye contact. They reveal who you are long before your words do. You can say, "I'm confident," but if your shoulders are slouched and your tone is uncertain, people won't believe it. True presence is alignment. Your body, your emotions, your intentions, all speaking the same language. Stand tall but relaxed. Keep your shoulders soft, your breathing slow, your gaze steady. Confidence isn't a performance. It's a state of peace with yourself. We live in a world addicted to speed. Fast information, fast responses, fast distractions. But the people who stand out are the ones who can pause. Stillness is strength. When you pause before reacting, you show control. When you breathe before responding, you show depth. Stillness tells the world you're not rushed by circumstance. You're guided by intention. The power of presence lies in the pauses, not in the noise. Because clarity lives in stillness. You can't fake self-worth. It's not something you say. It's something you radiate. It's in how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you allow others to treat you. When you value yourself, you stop chasing validation. You stop performing. You stop shrinking. You start standing in your own light. The energy of true self-worth quietly says, "I don't need your approval. I already have my peace." Ironically, that's when people are drawn to you the most, because confidence built on self-respect is magnetic. True power doesn't come from control. It comes from compassion. Anyone can demand authority, but real influence is when people choose to trust you. That happens when your strength is balanced with empathy. When you can stay steady and kind at the same time, people feel it. They sense safety in your strength. They feel inspired by your steadiness. That's the kind of presence that creates loyalty. Here's a paradox. The less you try to impress people, the more impressive you become. Because effort that comes from insecurity feels heavy, but effort that comes from authenticity feels effortless. Presence isn't built overnight. It's cultivated through small choices, pausing before reacting, listening before judging, breathing before speaking. Every time you choose awareness over impulse, you strengthen your presence. You train your nervous system to stay calm under pressure, and that calm becomes your signature. Your inner voice shapes your external world. If you talk to yourself with doubt and fear, it will leak into your energy. But if you speak to yourself with compassion, everything changes. Replace "I'm not enough" with "I'm learning." Replace "I hope they like me" with "I hope we connect." Shift from fear to curiosity. Because curiosity keeps you open, while fear keeps you small. The energy you feed yourself becomes the energy you project. Presence also heals. Many people struggle to stay grounded because their minds live in the past, reliving pain, replaying betrayal, regretting choices. But presence brings you back. When you focus on this moment, your breath, your surroundings, you teach your body that it's safe again. You stop fighting what's gone and start creating what's next. Power isn't the absence of pain. It's the decision to no longer let pain define you. Every action carries energy. When your intention is pure, people feel it. Before you speak, set an inner intention. May my words bring clarity. May my energy bring calm. May this interaction be genuine. That single thought shifts how you show up, because intention directs attention, and attention creates connection. Influence isn't about manipulation. It's about resonance. When your emotions, actions, and values align, people respond naturally. You don't force persuasion. You become the message. Your calmness persuades. Your confidence inspires. Your empathy builds trust. That's the kind of influence that lasts. Every day, life gives you two options: react or respond. Reaction is instinctive, it's survival. Response is conscious, it's power. Presence gives you that tiny space between impulse and action. That pause where choice exists. That's where growth lives. That's where control begins. Sometimes silence says more than explanation ever could. A calm gaze, a slow breath, a steady posture. These things communicate depth without a single word. Silence isn't emptiness, it's awareness. It tells the world, I don't need to rush. I already know who I am. That kind of stillness stands out. It becomes unforgettable. Your energy can be someone's calm in their storm. Sometimes people don't need advice or solutions. They just need to feel safe around you. to sit in your presence and breathe easier. That's the quiet healing of grounded energy. When you embody peace, you give others permission to find theirs. Presence isn't about control, it's about alignment. It's the balance of confidence and compassion, power and peace. You don't have to chase attention when you become the kind of person people feel safe around. You don't have to prove your worth when your energy already shows it. So take a deep breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Let your mind slow down. You don't have to be anyone else. You just have to be here. Because in a world full of noise, the quiet ones who lead with calmness will always be remembered. This is Betrayal Stories, where we uncover the invisible dynamics of human emotion, attraction, and influence. If this message resonated with you, hit the like button. It tells YouTube you want more of the real stuff. Subscribe for the next deep dive into the psychology of connection and presence. Because understanding people isn't manipulation, it's mastery. And mastering yourself, that's where real power begins.